You can see I've got gauge marks on my profile. This is an 1800 door, so that works bang on gauge, so I can just use my profile and follow the gauge marks. Makes life a little bit easier. And that one, what I do is every 3, just get my bolt level and just check they're sitting plumb but also straight, which they are. And that one, it's pulling forward just a little bit. The bricks aren't square anyway, so you can only really use the line as a guide, but then again, it's pulling out. And then every 6 we put a wheat vent in. 6, so there's 3, so that'd be 3, so there'll be a wheat vent there. So if you're wondering why the profile's there, it's not just there for gauge, it's actually to catch the front of the brick, because they overhang the lintel, well, probably more, but they overhang the face of the wall 25mm. Because this was getting rendered, and then they want it about, I think the render's like 10-15mm, so they want the bricks to stick out 10-15mm from the finished render, which, to be honest, I think will look a bit crap, but I'd have done it flush. But which is what it is, it's what they want, it's what they're going to get. And don't get me wrong, it'll look better than no soldiers at all, but yeah. I'll try and do another video on how I do this this profile setup, because I probably cheated a bit here, but this I've chose to do this one because it works bang on gauge with the profile, whereas the other ones don't. I've got to like re-gauge, so I'll show you how I do that. I set the line up. You can see how bold these bricks are. I mean, they're a lot closer to the line than them two. In fact, talking shit, it's actually leaning a little bit. And if that happens, sometimes just get a bit of just tuck it under. There we go. Not too worried about getting a bit of crap on the bricks. It's impossible to keep them clean anyway. Class Bs, especially blues, they just seem to muck you up worse than reds. So we'll just acid wash it all down after. You have to be quite lenient on the faces because they're just not, the bricks aren't square. I mean, you can see it's touching at top bottom, but then there's a gap in between. They're like bananas, some of these. In fact, what I might do now is just make sure this is tight, because the mistake I made over on the other side was I don't think I tightened it up enough and it dropped ever so slightly. So, it'd be literally impossible to do this without that. They'd just tip forward, even though, you know, 2/3 of the brick is on the lintel. For some reason they still tip forward. Some of them are chipped, I know, but you should have seen the ones that we pulled out. These have all been hand picked and these are the best, believe it or not. It's stuff like that, you're not going to see it. Got to think we're up on a scaffold and we're above it. These are only ever going to be seen from below, so as long as the faces aren't chipped, you know, you can get away with that. I think you can see that one's been hardened. Level. One there. That's the standard of materials nowadays. That's probably a bit too much, that. You don't want a lot. Can I have another bucket, Ash? Ta-la.
It's alright. Yeah, you want me to throw the ball in there?
Yeah, chuck another in, please. Bit tight this one, so I'll do it in that. Don't really matter because it's obviously it's going to get rendered up to, so this window's obviously a little bit smaller. sometimes it's a bit dodgy. Put a brick in. And then when it's all gone off, just take it out. It's important to get the bed absolutely spot on. Have a look. There we go. A full brick wants to come out. That bottom wants to go in. Sorted. Happy days. Dry that up a bit. Probably have to leave this profile on over the weekend. It'll not gone off enough to take it off. That's another mistake I made. I tried taking it off too early and they dropped. Just leave that now. Come back to it in half an hour. Give it a rub down with a sponge, and it'll take most of these marks off, to be honest. And there you go. That's how you do oversailing soldiers.